guys, welcome to the first part of this week's Coffin Hero Show, taking you through all the new graphic novels, collected editions, omnibuses, hardcovers, compendiums, and everything in between into the store this week. It's a big week. You know it's a big week when you've got a box down here and a box up here. But yeah, plenty to get through. Loads of quality stuff this week. Very big, especially on the sort of compendium omnibus side with lots of great stuff. So let's dig straight in. So first of all, we kick off with a bit more of an informative book, but I think it's definitely relevant to this store, and I can think of at least 10 people in this store who would love this. This is called Game Masters, the comic book history of role-playing games. This is as released through Clover Press. The story of the tabletop's triumph, even in our digital age, begins in the day of actual sword-wielding warriors, leading right up to the fireball-casting avatars of today. So it is from Fred Levante and Tom Fowler. They take an incredible journey from the mists of the past to the screenlit present. So, yeah, I don't expect that to last long. Next up, finally out. So if you've been messaging me about this, you can finally stop. This is Star Wars Darth Maul, Black, White, and Red. So it's done in this treasury-sized edition, allowing that artwork to really stand out. And this collects the 4-issue anthology series. A couple of smaller editions this week, which is always welcome. First of all, we have the next DC Compact, which is Deceased. So Deceased was a absolutely fantastic book from Tom Taylor and Trevor Hairsine on art. It was essentially DC's answer to Marvel Zombies. I've never read Marvel Zombies. It's just one of those things I've never read. But I love Deceased. Thought it was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, really, really nice to see a new title in the compact range. And then in Marvel's equivalent, which is the Marvel Premiere Collection, we have Fantastic Four, Solve Everything. So this is from Jonathan Hickman and Dale Eaglesham. This collects basically the start of Jonathan Hickman's run on Fantastic Four. Hickman takes the Fantastic Four on a cosmic ride to the hidden corners of the Marvel Universe. So on the traditional trades, so we have Power Rangers Prime Volume 1, so a new era for Power Rangers, written by Melissa Flores and art by Michael Yeague, and this collects the first 4 issues there. We have a Dark Horse horror book, which is Seance in the Asylum. This is from Clay McLeod Chapman, art by Leonardo Marcello Grassi, and that's definitely an Andrea Vitti cover by the look of it. Yeah, Seance in the Asylum, 1865, the Civil War finally reaches its grueling end. But something is changing in the patients in the aftermath of the war. Next up, we have Fantastic Four 1, 2, 3, 4. This was a Marvel Knights book, I believe, which was from Grant Morrison and Jay Lee. All 4 issues collected here, as well as material from Marvel Knights Double Shot, a heartfelt tribute to a heroic legacy. Next up, we have Void Rivals Volume 3, so this collects issues 13 to 18. Well-timed this coming out. We had the hardcover come in last week, which is the first 12 issues, but this is the next 6 after that, so 13 to 18. Next up, we have DC vs. Vampires World War V Volume 1. I love the first volume of DC vs. Vampires, which was Matthew Rosenberg, I believe, and Otto Schmidt, same creative team continuing here. And this brings you the first 6 issues of that. A little bit of Star Wars for you now. We have Star Wars The Battle of Jakku. This was a weekly event there, sort of plugging the gap between the end of the previous Star Wars volume and the start of the next one. Sorry, 12 issues in total. It was 3-4 issues sort of story arcs. So it was Battle of Jakku, Insurgency Rising, Battle of Jakku, Republic Under Siege, and Last Stand. So all 12 issues contained within. Next up, we have the next volume of Nemesis from Mark Millar, Valerio Giangiordano on art. Just great fun. Direct follow-up to Big Game, where Nemesis is defeated, has to work his way back up. Gunslinger Spawn reaches volume 6 already. Jeez, they really are just pumping these Spawn issues out. I don't know why I'm surprised saying that. This is issues 31 to 36, so again, up to volume 6 of the Gunslinger. Next up, we have The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos. I believe this is volume 2. Got volume 1 over there in the Dark Horse section, I believe. This is from the team of James Tynion IV and Tate Brumble. This contains issues 9 to 15, as well as the one-shot Halloween special as well. So, yeah, it's described as Invincible meets Doom Patrol. Next up, we have some Vampirella stuff. We have Vampirella Masters series. So we have Mark Miller, volume 3 on the Dynamite stuff. We also have Masters series volume 7. Mark Miller again, Mark Teixeira on art for this one. New hardcover out this week, which is James Bond 007, Your Cold Cold Heart. This was the one written by Garth Ennis recently, with art by Rafa Labosco. This is all 6 issues altogether. This was a very adult take in James Bond, which you'd probably expect from Garth Ennis in writing, but that was good to see. You know, more adult themes, more adult action, and a much rougher, you know, all business James Bond. Couple more just in here to finish off with. We have The Invincible Iron Man, The Rings to Rule the World. This is the 7th volume in the Marvel Epic Collection. This is from 1976 to 1978, and this contains Iron Man 92 to 114 and the annual number 4, as well as Marvel Premiere 44. 10 rings for his nemesis to rule means 10 ways for Iron Man to die. Next up, we have Alien Galaxy of Nightmares. So this is a pretty definitive collection of the recent Alien stuff that was being released through Marvel Comics. So you have Alien 1 to 12, Alien 1 to 6, and Alien Annual number 1. This is all done by Phil Kennedy Johnson writing, and Salvador Larroca and Julius Ota on art. So that contains all of that. So 19 issues of Alien goodness. We have DC Finest Superman, Kryptonite Nevermore. This is covering a period from 1970 to 1971. You have stories by Comic Titans, including Denny O'Neil, Leo Dorfman, Cary Bates, Kurt Swan, Murphy Anderson, and more. This collects Superman Action Comics 393 to 406, and Superman 233 to 238, and 240 to 246. And as you can see from the cover, it has that iconic issue with Neil Adams contained within. And we finish off this box with another Marvel Modern Era Epic Collection. This is for New X-Men, and this is volume 2. This contains volume issues from 2002 to 2003. Contains issues 127 to 141. So that's everything in that box, but as I say, I do have some lovely big special editions, which I'm going to show off now. First of all, we have these 2 mighty tomes, Transformers Compendium 1. Now, the reason there's 2 is because there are 2 different covers. So you have the direct market exclusive, so this one's only available in comic stores, and that is the cover of the original Transformers number 1. Or you have this one, which is your mass market one, so to speak, with a brand new cover by current Transformers guru, Daniel Warren Johnson. So it collects the 1984 Transformers series. It collects issues 1 to 46 and the Transformer Headmasters 1 to 4. 50 issues of Transformer goodness, coming in at around 60 quid. You cannot go wrong with that. Speaking of big compendiums, we have The Wicked and the Divine, compendium size now as well. Every 90 years, 12 gods return as young people. They are loved, they are hated. In 2 years, they are all dead. It's happening now, it's happening again. So this is from the team of Kieran Gillen and Jimmy McKelvey. This came out during that golden age of Image that I always like to talk about, sort of early 2010s, you know, your Sagas, your Deadly Classes, etc., etc. Wicked and Divine was in amongst that, and this is the complete saga in 1 volume. They had a couple of omnibus to show off. So first of all, we have Silver Surfer return to the Spaceways. After years trapped on Earth, the Sentinel of the Spaceways finally breaks free and returns to the stars, featuring the Surfer's complete 1980s adventures, including the launch of his longest-running solo series and classic tales from legendary creators. Suffice to say, I have this bad boy lined up and ready for myself as well. We have Superman, The Golden Age, Omnibus Volume 1, so we're going right back to the start of Superman. This contains Action Comics 1 to 31, as well as Superman 1 to 7, and the New York World's Fair Comics 1 to 2. Includes a foreword and afterword by Jim Steranko, one of the signature Superman artists. So, you want to get the Superman from the very start? That's where you go. Next up, we have The Spectre, The Wrath of the Spectre Omnibus. So, this is DC's Spirit of Vengeance, stars in these classic tales. The Spectre resurfaced in the 1970s for all new and sometimes controversial stories demonstrating the true power of his vengeance. In this omnibus, witness former cop Jim Corrigan dish out ghoulish punishments across the DC universe. This collects stories from Showcase, The Brave and the Bold, The Spectre, Wrath of the Spectre, Adventure Comics, DC Comics Presents, and Ghosts. So, something a little bit different there. And then we finish off this week with the Injustice 2 Omnibus. The war is over, but a new battle is about to begin. So this is all of Injustice 2, issues 1 to 36, and Injustice 2 Annual 1 and 2. Tom Taylor is back, Bruno Redondo, Daniel Samper. I mean, that is a treasure trove of great artists and great creators there. So good to see that. We've got Injustice Volume 1 and 2, I think, on the shelves as well, and then Injustice 2 follows that. So that is everything this week. As I say, a pretty heavy stacked week in terms of graphic novels. There's everything going out into the stores. Some will be added to the back catalogue. Some will be in the new releases just here. They'll be available everywhere in store though. We ordered plenty of those Transformers compendiums, so don't worry, those are going to fly out because of course they are beautiful. Anyway, as ever guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it's pretty useful keeping you up to date with what's out this week. I'll hopefully see you in the store throughout the week. Until then, take it easy.